Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Many stars are traded without knowing what the team they are going to play for represents. The Lakers are a famous, champion, charming franchise, located in Los Angeles and have everything to be a reference for any great player. Playing for the Lakers is not easy, there are many demands, but you can also be hugely successful. Luka Doncic seems to be upset with the Lakers, due to their recent consecutive losses to average rivals. But his father stated that Luka Doncic has the face of the Lakers and wants to stay in Los Angeles for many years and be a champion a few times. Luka Doncic wants to shine in the playoffs and show that it was worth being hired by the Lakers. Luka Doncic's dad makes telling admission about his future with Los Angeles Lakers. When the Los Angeles Lakers pulled off the blockbuster trade to acquire Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, the NBA world thought it was a joke. The trade was no joke and Doncic has now played in 18 games with the Lakers. In those 18 games, Doncic has averaged 27.2 points per game to go along with 8.6 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and 1.8 steals. He has shot 41.2% from the floor overall and has knocked down 36.5% of his three-point attempts. Doncic may be in Los Angeles now, but there are questions about his future. Right now, the 26-year-old superstar has the 2025-26 NBA season left on his deal before a player option on the 2026-27 campaign. He could opt to test free agency after next season. Those questions may be circling around Doncic, but his dad may have dropped a major hint about his future. As shared by Lake Shoyo on X, Doncic's father revealed that Los Angeles is a perfect fit for his son. "I believe that he was born for Los Angeles," he said. "I believe that he was born for Los Angeles." Luka's dad says Lakers are perfect for him. 25 Recently, Doncic opened up about how he is adapting to his new city. He seems to be getting more comfortable in his situation with the Lakers. "Feels like getting to a new home," Doncic said. "Dallas was my home for 7 years, almost 7 years. It really felt like home. Coming here, just trying to build a new home and getting more and more comfortable." Currently, Doncic and Los Angeles hold a 43-28 record following their loss to the Orlando Magic on Monday night. That places the Lakers number 4 in the Western Conference with just 11 games left on their regular season schedule. Luka Doncic gives blunt assessment of his performance amid Lakers' struggles. Lakers are 3-7 over their past 10 games. Some of the incredible energy and excitement that surrounded the Los Angeles Lakers following Luka Doncic's quick integration into the mix has dissipated amid a losing stretch, and the superstar knows exactly who is responsible for bringing it back. Speaking after the Lakers fumbled away a winnable game against the Orlando Magic on Monday night, Doncic reflected on the 3-7 stretch Los Angeles is currently on and what needs to happen in order to turn things around. "I think we just got a little bit satisfied," Doncic said. "We can't afford that right now. I think me and Bron think we should be the guys to do that," Doncic said. "That's on me. Obviously, I've got to do better, I've got to talk more. I talked in the first half, then just kind of let my voice down, and I shouldn't do that." One of the more surprising developments as Doncic turned LA into one of the scariest teams in the NBA was the defensive improvement that continued during his acclimation. But that slipped a bit during their recent cold stretch as the Bucks and Magic put up 118 points with an inexplicable 145-point Bulls explosion sandwiched in the middle over the past 3 games. It's not exactly breaking news that Doncic would point to himself and James as the most important elements to get going and lead the way. But he's been recovering from an ankle injury and taking periodic time off while James is working back from a groin injury. This dynamic duo's ability to stay healthy, especially during a long playoff run, will ultimately determine their ceiling. Luka Doncic admits Lakers are doing one thing wrong during 3-game slump, can't afford that right now. Luka Doncic spoke about the Los Angeles Lakers' recent run of form, and what exactly is going wrong. The Los Angeles Lakers are in an unexpected downward slump. The franchise lost their 3rd straight game, this time to the Orlando Magic. Luka Doncic did his best to keep them in the game, putting up 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. But it wasn't enough for them to win. Rob Pelinka may have transformed the Lakers over the last 2 years, but that doesn't make them immune to poor runs of form. Magic Johnson wasn't impressed with what the Lakers did against the Bulls. And Luka Doncic may have figured out what is going wrong with their team. Luka Doncic wants Lakers to return to form. Speaking after the Lakers' 118-106 loss to the Orlando Magic, Luka Doncic tried to address the Lakers' recent dip in form. Doncic noted that the Lakers need to get back to what they were during the 8-game stretch where they were playing excellent winning basketball. I think we just got to look back at the way we played at that 8-game winning streak. We were physical, we played a hell of a defense. I think we just got a little bit satisfied. We can't afford that right now. Doncic and the Lakers, over this last 3-game stretch, have looked like a shell of their former selves, both on the offensive and defensive end of the court. Lakers must bounce back soon. This loss could have been devastating for the Lakers in their pursuit of the second seed. But with the Nuggets and Rockets both losing their recent games, they are not out of the race just yet. But this just reinforces the Lakers' situation. They need to start playing better, and more importantly, start winning basketball games. They currently sit 4th in the West with a 43-28 record. With 11 games remaining in their season, they need to target winning as many games as possible between now and the end of the season. The Lakers have been handed a lifeline by their West rivals. They need to ensure that they take full advantage of it and get the best record possible. 7x NBA champion wants Luka Doncic to focus more on passing than scoring. Luka Doncic has impressed for the Los Angeles Lakers lately, but Robert Horry wants to see a change in the Slovenian's approaching games. Following the Lakers' 118-106 loss to the Orlando Magic at the Kia Center, Horry stated on Spectrum Sportsnet that Doncic needs to focus on making the extra pass. "We all know you can score," Horry said. "When he gets guys involved, he's much better." To be fair to Doncic, he does get his teammates involved a fair bit. Sure, there are times during a game when you think he's running one too many isolations, but he does give the ball up, too. 0-04. Doncic had 32 points, 9-23 FG, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal against the Magic. The 26-year-old could have gotten a few more assists, too, had his teammates not missed some open shots. Doncic is now averaging 27.2 points, 8.6 rebounds, 7.8 assists, 1.8 steals, and 0.4 blocks per game as a Laker. He is putting up 20.1 shots per game, which, over the course of a season, would just about be his lowest since he was a rookie. This is who Doncic is, and he is not going to change too much, regardless of what Horry has to say. The Lakers wouldn't want him to tweak his game a lot either. They might want him to cut down on some of those ill-advised deep threes, but that's about it. Getting back to Horry, there was something else that upset him on the night, too. The 7-time NBA champion could not understand why the Lakers stayed in zone defense despite the Magic having a lot of success against it. "For me, if something's not working, especially like a zone, you got to move back to what you used to, and that's man-to-man defense," Horry said. "And that was one of the things that I was looking at. I'm like, are they still in the zone? They getting waxed like this, they still in his zone?" So, it didn't make sense to me. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick stuck with his game plan, and Horry wasn't a fan of that. He wanted the visitors to make an adjustment, and perhaps the outcome might have been different if they had. Horry wasn't the only former Lakers champion to be displeased by what he saw from the team on the defensive end. James Worthy stated on Spectrum Sportsnet that he didn't like the lack of intensity on that end of the floor. "It feels like it wasn't enough intensity on the defensive end," Worthy said. Even Redick admitted that the Lakers weren't able to sustain their level of intensity throughout the game. He reckons the group is tired at this point in the season. The Lakers allowed the Magic to shoot 49.4% from the field in this game. While that is not ideal, it was actually an improvement from the game before. The Chicago Bulls had shot a ridiculous 58.3% from the field against the Lakers on Saturday. Luka Doncic looks noticeably leaner in side-by-side comparison since Mavs trade to Lakers. A leaner, sharper Luka Doncic is transforming in LA, and it's sparking a Lakers resurgence. Luka Doncic's mid-season trade from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers shook the NBA landscape, but it seems the move has also sparked a personal transformation for the Slovenian star. A viral side-by-side comparison of Doncic from opening night with Dallas and a recent game with the Lakers has set social media ablaze, showing what appears to be a leaner, more athletic Luka than fans have seen in years. While Doncic has always been known for his craft, skill, and court vision, conditioning has long been the biggest knock on his game. As recently as last season, there were growing concerns in Dallas that Luka's off-court habits, especially his reported affinity for beer and hookah, were catching up with him. NBA insiders even speculated that he had ballooned up to 270 pounds at one point, far above the 230 pounds he was officially listed at on NBA.com. Though that heavier number was never confirmed, the visual contrast between Luka's frame now and back in October speaks volumes. The Mavericks, according to reports, had grown increasingly worried about Doncic's long-term durability and commitment. The front office feared he could follow a similar trajectory to Joel Embiid, a generational talent whose conditioning and injury history have kept him from consistently being available at the highest level. Doncic's defensive liabilities were further exposed on the biggest stage during last season's NBA Finals, where Jaylen Brown repeatedly attacked him, culminating in what many dubbed an embarrassing performance. That series, sources say, became the tipping point for GM Nico Harrison, who no longer believed the franchise should be built around Luka. Fast forward to March, and Doncic is thriving in Los Angeles. His numbers have remained elite: 27.2 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game since arriving, but the difference in his body language, stamina, and effort is just as noticeable as the weight loss. Whether it's LA's spotlight, the motivation to win a ring alongside LeBron James, or just a personal wake-up call, Luka looks rejuvenated. His slimmer frame has translated into quicker lateral movement, more effort on defense, and a spring in his step that was often missing during his final days in Dallas. The Lakers, meanwhile, are reaping the benefits. Sitting fourth in the Western Conference with a 43-28 record, they've gone 15-9 since acquiring Doncic and look like legitimate title contenders again. While questions remain about the long-term implications of the trade, and LeBron's rumored behind-the-scenes role in making it happen, it's hard to argue with the early results. Luka Doncic didn't just change teams. He's changing the narrative. And for now, all signs suggest he's in the best shape and headspace of his NBA career. Luka Doncic admits mistake after another Los Angeles Lakers loss. LeBron James' return was expected to serve as the catalyst that would see the Los Angeles Lakers turn their form around. So far, that has not happened. The Lakers lost 146-115 to the Chicago Bulls in James' return game. Then, they followed that up with a 118-106 loss against the Orlando Magic. Luka Doncic and James combined for 56 points on the night, but it was not enough to inspire the Lakers to victory. Earlier in the season, the Lakers had looked like potential championship contenders when Doncic and James were together on the court. That has not been the case in these last two games. Doncic took responsibility after the loss to the Magic, as he feels that he needs to be more vocal. "I think me and Bron think we should be the guys to do that," Doncic said. "That's on me. Obviously, I've got to do better, I've got to talk more. I talked in the first half, then just kind of let my voice down, and I shouldn't do that." Los Angeles Lakers guard Luka Doncic drives to the basket against the Orlando Magic in the second quarter at Kia Center. Nathan Ray Seabeckamane images The Lakers' downturn in form has come at the worst possible time. The West is incredibly tight right now, and their spot in the top six is far from guaranteed. The Lakers now find themselves on a 3-game losing streak and are 3-7 over their last 10 games. Their schedule won't make things any easier. 7 of the Lakers' remaining 11 games are on the road, and they still have 3 back-to-back sets to deal with as well. So, they need to rediscover their form, and quickly. Otherwise, there is a genuine chance that they could finish in a play-in spot.